This opportunity allowed me to have wonderful experiences, to bring back stories that I can share with my students so that they can actually connect the dots. And it's easier to tell an amazing story when you've actually been to certain places.
That I've had the chance to go places I never would have gone on my own. And more than that, to meet people that inspire me to be a better teacher.
This opportunity for me as a teacher was fantastic because I got so many first-hand accounts of events that happened, and that made it more real for me, which will help me make it more real for my students who are very young, and a lot of them don't have a concept of things like the civil rights movement and immigration to this country. So being able to bring those first-hand accounts to them is really going to make a difference to me in my classroom and as a teacher.
I felt like this has just awakened in me a thirst to know more. So it's been a learning experience for me as I've gone along, and I see how that would help me as the teacher help the children through their learning processes. It was so exciting. It was so neat to learn all the things and see all the things we saw. So I'm looking forward to passing that on to the children.
This opportunity for me for traveling with the Teaching American History grant gave me the opportunity to finally see the events and the places I was teaching my students about. And that was worth $1 million.
Morning we sat out at Top Cottage, FDR's retreat, and just to think of all the people that had been there before us, maybe he discussed his New Deal program with his confidence up there. That morning it was peaceful, it was quiet, you could just see why he loved the nature that surrounded that place.
Entire Alabama trip. We got to meet people who lived through those experiences, and it really moved me, and I'm really looking forward to taking those experiences back to my classroom.
My best memory for the last 3 years is absolutely the collaboration and camaraderie with teachers that I never would have partnered with or planned with. It's been awesome.
Professional development as far as the Teach American History grant goes has been fabulous. But my favorite memory is this trip. It was just so wonderful to go and see the places where history is taking place, and all those things we've heard about, to be there and experience, almost to walk in their footsteps. So yes, this trip has been my best memory.
The best memory I have is really meeting all these other wonderful educators that are on this grant with me, not just the 30 that were on the trip, but the whole group as a whole. And we've been able to bounce ideas off of each other, see how different teachers teach, and I think that's really important for the school district and for your teaching, because you hear the same ideas but in different ways from everybody. Also, I really enjoyed meeting our civil rights activists in Alabama.
This morning when we woke up to the smelling of burning in our room, and our air conditioner unit was burning up, and at 3 o'clock in the morning had to be completely replaced. But it'll be a good story to tell people later.
Our Texas trip, we had a bus that was as hot as the Texas air outside, and we had to then be outside and then change to go to the Capitol, and it was very, very hot.
The only thing that I can say is the worst thing about this grant is that we had to get up early for a lot of things, and so I was tired for a lot. But it was definitely worth it once I got myself up. But it was hard to begin with, but I'm glad I did it.
Okay, this is going to sound cheesy, but my worst memory is that this has to come to an end.